Chalk Riot's namesake, it's inspired by the surprisingly radical history of chalk as a tool for social justice resistance and movements. And so when we go back to the 18th century, muralists that were creating these grandiose murals inside of basilicas and cathedrals that were really reserved for upper classes of society would use their pigments from their paints and recreate some of those images outside in the public square as a means to bring art to the people. And sometimes I read not too long ago that this was a means of also teaching literacy to people that couldn't access basic education. And so that's where it starts, right? And then it moves forward to in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, suffragists were using chalk to display advertisements for underground meetings, for organizing meetings. And we actually have images of that. We have photography of that. Flash forward to the 1980s, and Keith Haring is using pieces of school board chalk in his pockets to create these epic, magnanimous, very important, arresting imagery, speaking out against politics that were denying the AIDS epidemic and capitalism that was really harmful at the time during Reagan years. And this was done in subway stations. And so this is also an example of arts in transit, was Keith Haring's chalk work. So throughout the years, throughout the centuries, chalk has always been the source of so many movements for social change and positive influences, and we loved that. So Chalk Riot it is. Having worked on the ground all over the world in chalk, you do get a sense of the world from the ground up. You get a sense of, whoa, these cars are speeding, or wow, people don't really look off of their phones when they're walking, or, you know, dang, this crosswalk is so dangerous. And that's something that I was always acutely aware of doing the work that we were doing. But it was in early 2021, that the Southwest Business Improvement District here in DC held a call for artists to do a set of curb extension murals. And that was the first one that I applied to and said, yeah, Chalk Riot makes work on the ground, and I am definitely aware that traffic here needs help, that we need to be safer. And if you're telling me that this is gonna help keep people safe, then let's go. So that was the very first one. So it's been about 4 or 5 years now.